Hello, my name is Foxton Roby.
My name is Nevaeh Padilla.
My name is Alexis Bennett.
My name is Avi. I'm in 8th grade.
I'm Midori Coyle.
I am Lucia Gonzalez and I'm in 8th grade.
My school is actually having their teachers adapt to students' needs and changing their teaching style to for me, I need more active activities, so they change their teaching style, so maybe every now and then we'll have a break in between so we can get our mindset in the right place, I guess.
I'm really ahead in math, and so they're letting me take high school classes for math. I'm in Geometry 1 right now. I'm in all honors, so my teachers give me how to work.
Ways my schools meets my needs is that they have different types of classes I can take. So they have honors classes, AP classes, and some kids take IB. So if you're stronger in one subject, you can take AP, or not as strong but you still want a challenge, you can do honors classes. That's what I did. So with Warren Tech, meeting needs as a GT student would be kind of the same thing, where they go off of how different kids learn. Some people are hands-on or listening or visual learners. So Warren Tech kind of wants to use all of those and put them together so that kids can learn differently.
The school is helping me, so when I need help with my work or when I need help with missing work, the teachers help me when I ask them.
So they offer me a lot of different music programs. I have a guitar class here, all of the different needs that I do that. I sing at assemblies all the time, so I'm just really involved as a student.
As far as ALP, my school doesn't quite meet my needs specifically for ALP, but it does give me a very good challenge as far as my honors and AP classes. They definitely give a different outlook on the type of material that we're learning, instead of just straight through out of a textbook and write a paper and turn it in and get a grade. It's more of going in depth and being more hands-on with the types of material that we're learning and the content.
I get a lot of help from my teachers when I need it, but I feel sometimes it's hard to communicate with them because they don't feel our stress.
As a gifted student, I feel it would be better if we had more of a drive towards that, and more students wanted to, that we're ALP or, we're gifted students or something like that. If they had more of a push, especially at my home high school, to, get kids to really strive for their goals that we set and things like that.
I feel my GT needs are met pretty well, but I also feel the GT students and the Common Core students are very separated.
Warren Tech does a really good job at the different kinds of learning, but I think my homeschool could do better with using those type of stuff in the classroom and helping kids learn in different ways that way.
A lot of the time my GT needs are met, but every now and then you get a teacher who just gives you a worksheet and says, read this text, do the worksheet, and those teachers, I think, maybe need to find a different teaching style to help accommodate other needs.
Educationally wise, all my needs are being met, but at this school, for being a little ahead, you get bullied a lot, and teachers don't respond to that very well.
I think students should have the option to take classes, career oriented classes earlier in their careers, so they can focus on that more and then learn what they want to do, and then if they don't like it at first, then they can switch to something else, so it's not too late before if they want to go to college, or depending on what they want to do after high school.
My ideal school, and I'm going to be specific about high school, would be a school that lets me go in, study the classes I would like to, that will help me get a job and be successful. There are several things that are, yes, general education, that are useful, but also having some specific skill sets to what you want to do, I think is really nice.
My ideal school would be one that's actually more kind of like Warren Tech, but covers all the bases. Something that is definitely hands-on and gets you, what you need to get out of high school and get all your credits and everything like that, and be able to get a job and put it on your resume. But at the same time, a lot more of the skills that I would like to learn, at my ideal high school would be ones that I'm going to benefit from later. And I think that's the biggest problem I have right now is, you know, I lose interest in a lot of the things that I'm learning at school because I either, one, just don't have interest in them, which there's always going to be things you're not going to have interest in, and things like, you know, helping you getting a job or, you know, find a career or just basic, you know, living, pay the bills. How does all of that work? And can we find out more about that, you know, already in high school? I think that'd be great.
I guess like a school where just the teachers and stuff are like willing to change for your needs, but also like GT students aren't like as separated.
My ideal school would try to understand that all students learn differently, so it's easier to have teachers understand that you got to do different stuff in the classroom, so like get every kid to learn differently. Through Warren Tech, it's concurrent enrollment through Red Rocks Community College, and that's really important to me because we get 32 college credits in my program, and that really gets a head start for all the kids that go to Warren Tech to go to college and like continue their careers while you're still in high school, even when you're a junior, even though I'm a senior. It's really good to start when you're younger and get a head start.
My ideal school would probably be one where there are more options for students. So you always have the required classes that students have to take, and that's good. I feel like they should have those classes still, but I feel like there should be a more creative way that you can get all those credits without having to take all these individual classes that take up your schedule. So maybe like combining like math and science in a class or something like that, so you can get 2 credits in one class instead of having to take math as an individual class and science as an individual class. Another thing for an ideal school would just be giving them more options for what they want to do in their future. Like if I wanted to study meteorology, maybe give them that option or something like that. Or if someone wants to study advanced like robotics, maybe give them that option at the school so they can study that and see if they're really interested in it and then pursue that.
I would say a blessing because I love to perform. I always love being in front of people, making people laugh, making people smile. So if I get to do that through my music, then that's probably like the best thing I love to do and I want to do with my life. So I'd always say it's a blessing more than anything.
I guess both, because like it makes some things harder, and I feel like sometimes it makes like meeting people harder and getting along with people in Common Core harder. But like also like and you're gifted and you're like smart and stuff, and
I feel it as kind of a curse because it makes me feel like an outsider to most people, and it just every now and then feels like I'm the odd one out in a group. And
a little bit of both sometimes, because at times like the brain that I have gets me a little bit ahead with things. Like I'm ahead in math, I'll probably graduate early. At the same time, it gets me bullied really hard.
I would say both. It's a blessing because I like to know that like I'm talented, of course, but it's also like a curse because people know you by just your GT, that you're gifted and talented, and they think that you're just a smart person and that like all the teachers like you, and like they think that we don't have our problems, but we do. So I think it's a curse and a blessing.